The onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the San Francisco 49ers. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now a run with Geis, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And some room to maneuver. And all the way down to the 26. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 46 yards.
First down, Washington.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Haskins. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll make it 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Here we go.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on first and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Here we go. 180.
Here we go, D.
Now on second and 13. Garoppolo gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy. Maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 34-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets. And he's
blitz coming, and down he goes. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Haskins to throw it. And he's going to go down again. D. Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw Haskins. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And taken right at the 35. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, Kent. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
56. Come on.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Stepping up. Now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Geis. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's not going to get me.
Haskins on 3rd down. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
Haskins able to connect there with Richardson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Play action. Haskins. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Haskins looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. On play action, Haskins. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out the... Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
11.
At the 26-yard line.
56.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle. Complete. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Garoppolo and the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
You think you gonna get this?
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Here we go. 180.
I got
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, as the first half is winding down, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They go play action now. Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You see me? You see me? They can't
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also...
It's a foot race. The 30. 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with Geis. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Haskins now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And he finds the tight end, Reed. That throw good for 4. It's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. On first down, this is Geis. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there. Good for a Redskin first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Jumper, 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 jumper. Touchdown. Come on. Jump.
Throwing now. Haskins on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them. And they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now it's Haskins, and he finds McLaurin. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
11.
That's a gain of 4.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 18.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Now a give, right side, it's Geis. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Haskins. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, Haskins. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Haskins to throw it. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Redskins on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Haskins, and it's caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Flush to his right, to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running.
Well, he fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Darius Geis, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Hopkins with the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They will run again with Coleman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Here we go. 180.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Complete. Richardson has it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at about the 14. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Haskins to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for San Francisco, it's a win that was long overdue as they move to 1-6 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.